Greetings, my name is Mark Hoverson and welcome to this video. Back in 2007, my wife and I purchased our Renaissance travel membership. Today, after using the membership to take the kids hiking through the jungles of Hawaii, playing in the ocean in California, dancing to live mariachi music in Mexico, introducing my wife to Minnie Mouse, taking kids exploring through the mountains, I'm more convinced than ever that buying my Renaissance travel membership, though it was expensive for us at the time, has become the single greatest investment I've ever made for our family. Let me explain. As I record this video right now, my wife and I just booked another dream vacation through Renaissance. We're staying at the luxurious 2-bedroom villa at the Grand Lux in Mexico. I'll mispronounce that if I try to say it. In October 18th to 25th. In fact, we're probably going to surprise a couple friends and let them know they can use the extra bedroom in our villa. So we looked at Expedia to see what their rates were, and we found these results. No price available. We searched it, and it said we can't find prices for this hotel. Now, we know that this residence is part of the famous Mayan brand because we stayed at the Mayan brand twice over the last couple of years, and I'll share a little more throughout this video. So we checked out what it would be to purchase the weeks at the villa through a fractional ownership or timeshare program, and we went to sellmytimeshare.com. So we pulled this straight from the web at the exact unit that we're staying in and what the maintenance fees were, and this is the result we found. For 4 weeks of usage per year, it would be $79,000 plus $1,500 each week we actually used it. So this is a picture of the exact ad for the same unit we're staying in. It is $79,000. It's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. It sleeps 6, and then the maintenance fees here are $1,500 per week. Now that's for 4 weeks of using that per year. In other words, I would have to pay $79,000 plus $1,500 each time I used one of the weeks. Hint: we got our Renaissance membership years ago, and I paid a lot less than $79,000 to get started. And now I'll be staying at this resort cheaper than the owner pays for their maintenance fees. Let me tell you how that works. But even though I would never pay $79,000 for 4 weeks of ownership at this resort, many others do. So I continued the hunt, and I went online and found a rent-by-owner site of someone who actually did own weeks there. And I found out he was renting his week at the identical unit for $500 per night. In other words, it was $3,500 for the week. This was the lowest I could find online because Expedia didn't have anything. So you'll see it was right here, $500 a night, $3,500, $35 for the week. It sleeps 6, 7-night stay. This is the same unit, and this Grand Lux is absolutely gorgeous. This is a rent-by-owner site. But the question is, through our Renaissance membership, can you guess what we are paying? We're paying $500 for the entire week. And as my little kids say, boom. And this is actually our confirmation. You can see October 18th to October 25th, we are paying $500 PW, which means per week, for a 2-bedroom that sleeps 6. This is $3,000 saved on just one vacation, 85% off the rental price, the cheapest I could find. We're paying just $71.43 per night. Plus, we get the added benefit of letting a couple friends of ours know they actually have free accommodations at a beautiful 4-star seafront villa. So there's a lot of perks. There's a lot of perks to this kind of thing. But there's more. So the membership is loaded with over 5,000 resorts and villas all over the world, nestle amongst the most expensive luxury real estate in the world, next to the best theme parks like Disney, exotic beaches like I just showed, world-class mountains, Colorado, Canada, all over, premium lakes and rivers and golf courses and more. Here's another trip we just took with Renaissance last winter. We stayed in a beautiful 3-bedroom villa in peak Colorado ski season for $398 for the week. And on this website, I actually give a quick tour of that resort. The comparable unit during the identical dates was $1,650 more. We actually saved 81%. And if you look at it, it's a little tight in here. But what you'll see is we went on VRBO, which means Vacation Rentals by Owner. So this is supposed to be cheaper because you're going through the owners, but we actually know that vacation sites like this charge the owners to post their listings, so it's not as cheap as we think. And with all the stack up, it was $2,048 for a unit that was almost identical and neighboring the exact unit that we stayed with in Colorado. And if you look down here, we paid $398. It was 81% off the cheapest thing we could find online, because again, those guys aren't on Expedia. In fact, we love the skiing there so much, we booked the same unit again at the same price for next ski season. So we're going to be going right after the new year. And owning a Renaissance membership is like having condos and villas at the best locations all over the planet without actually having to own the condo or deal with the maintenance fees. I'll get into that a little bit more. Now, in 2012, as reported by the U.S. News website below, the average timeshare week cost $19,000 with yearly fees of $660. That's in this picture right here. It says the average sales price for 1 week, this is 1 week timeshare, is approximately $19,000, and the average maintenance is $660, according to the CEO of ARDA, which stands for the Association of Resort Development Association. So it's basically the official kind of association of all the resort developments and stuff like that. So in 2014, the reports are pretty much just in. The average cost is closer to $20,000 with yearly fees around $850, and that is for just 1 week of usage. And just in America, Americans spend about $8 billion in new timeshare purchases per year. It's an unbelievably large industry because travel is a passionate subject. But Renaissance is not a timeshare or fractional ownership, and this is key. In those models, the travelers have to actually purchase and own a deeded property with all the incumbent taxes and maintenance fees and risks of tropical floods and earthquakes, etc., that can occur at the location of their deeded property, even if they can transfer their weeks to other locations. So there's a lot of risks with owning vacation property. It tends to be more of a burden than a blessing. Now, Renaissance is actually a form of residence club, and that consists of vast array of villas, condos, and resorts. And as the Sherpa report below reports, sorry, I had a little typo there, residence clubs have travelers pay a one-time initiation fee, kind of like a country club, and then often have annual usage fees to stay an active member. Now, residence clubs have more flexibility and availability because the member does not own an actual property, they just get access to it without the headaches and the common nightmares associated with owning vacation property. So we stuck this from the Sherpa report. You can go straight to their website and check it out. But you'll see right here it says, prices for joining private residence clubs, they vary, of course, on location, size, quality, type of the properties, and et cetera, et cetera. The entry-level prices start around $50K to join, with annual member fees around $5K. Now, it goes up from there, but we'll continue. Even our highest level of membership in Renaissance, which gives you a whopping 20 weeks of usage per year at the same caliber resorts as some of the most popular timeshare properties, has an initiation fee of well below $50,000, and there is no forced annual fees. That's a key distinction inside the Renaissance. I'll share just a little bit more about that in a minute. But just a simple a la carte pay when you use it weekly rate that is currently $398 to $799 per week, not per night, but per week, which often equates to 50 to 90% off the lowest rates anywhere, which include Travelocity and Expedia. So let me explain. Here is a picture of Travelocity's best guaranteed public pricing compared to our private pricing. Just 1 week at a premium Cabo Villa is 74.5% cheaper as a Renaissance Club member. That's only $78 per night versus $255 per night with Expedia. Now I'll explain how Expedia can get away and Travelocity can get away with saying this is the best price guarantee. But you'll see right here, this is the identical unit April 13th to April 20th. This is the total. Here we are, Hacienda Del Mar, Hacienda Del Mar. Same date, April 13th to April 20th, 549. So that is $1,604 more, but Travelocity promises it's the lowest price possible. It's 74.5% more expensive, but they say it's the lowest possible right now. How does that all happen? I'll explain in a minute. My friends Joey and Megan stayed oceanfront in Waikiki at the Hilton Grand in the primo winter escape season and paid $2,300 less than Expedia's best public pricing for the identical room. This is the picture below. They saved 77% off Expedia, and instead of $430 per night, now feel into this, Expedia, $430 per night. My friends who have Renaissance paid $99.79. And what they did was they actually sent me, they texted me when they were there, and they said, Mark, check this out. We're Waikiki at the Grand Hilton. Here's the Expedia best price guarantee, or $3,011. And then here's their check-in. Same resort, Hilton Grand, same status of the room, one bedroom, same dates, $698. They paid under $100 per night to stay Waikiki at the Grand Hilton oceanfront. It's hard to beat, and it's why I love this membership. Now, this membership actually changes lives by causing us to finally take the dream vacations we've always thought of, because Renaissance provides its members with literally unbeatable pricing that I've kind of been showing here. Here's a sweet Lake Tahoe property right by the famous ski mountain in California. And what you'll see on, let's see, this one is Expedia again. You'll see it's Lake Tahoe, or it's the Tahoe Beach and Ski Club. If you look, it's December 11th to December 18th, $1,509. Again, this isn't a super luxury. This is a pretty basic 3-star resort. But what you'll see inside our Renaissance is the Tahoe Beach and Ski Club. It's the same resort. It's the one-bedroom unit. It's the same unit. It's $396 for the identical dates in primo ski season. So Expedia charges $1,509. Renaissance charges $398 for the week. That is 73% off the public pricing for the identical room and dates, and that's over $1,100 saved on just one usage with Renaissance. Here's another great seafront condo in Galveston, Texas. And again, I want to show you, I know I grew up in the Midwest, and my mom and dad never paid retail for anything. They taught me to never pay retail for anything, and they always taught me to comparison shop. And so I like to see things before I get into them. I like to see comparisons. So that's what we're doing here. But this is super important to get a grip on how much money you can save and how many amazing destinations you can go to. So this 2-bedroom fractional ownership single week, this is 1 week, is selling for $26,000 plus $912 in annual fees. So you can see, I believe this is on buyatimeshare.com. But if you look at it here, the asking price is $26,000. It's 1 week that you can use, and it's $912 annually in maintenance fees. But as you can see, as a private member in Renaissance, you can see that we have a perfect, this is a 4th of July escape at the identical resorts. And as a member, we don't have to pay the $26,000 plus $912 just to use our week. After Renaissance's one-time initiation fee, which is less than $26,000, we get this primo week for less than the owner of the condo does. Just $799 for a week of beachfront summer vacation. You can see right here, July 3rd to July 10th. Get up to 8 people into a 2-bedroom right in front of the sea. It's a beautiful thing. And some people could bring in, if you're single, you can invite a bunch of friends. If you have a small family, you can invite a couple families. If you have a bigger family, you can invite your family plus the grandparents. But this is like a kind of a dream scenario for $799. Now, years ago, when I first saw these prices, I was naturally skeptical. Even after we pay our initiation fee, I wondered how it was possible to provide pricing that was literally astoundingly cheaper than what the public was paying. My friends ask me all the time how I'm able to vacation at all these places. I tell them what I pay, and they still don't believe me. So I don't blame the skepticism. But after some homework, I learned these little secrets, and I actually learned it by pretending I was a resort who was going to advertise on Expedia. That's how skeptical I was of these prices. So here's what I learned. VRBO, which stands for Vacation Rentals by Owner, and other rental sites like rentbyowner.com and things like that, they work like this. The owners of properties already purchased the villa, usually paying industry standard pricing of 18 to 40K plus the 850 annually. So people already paid that, but they can rent their purchased weeks through a site like Vacation Rental by Owner or rentbyowner.com. So they can rent out what they already bought. Now, number 3, the owner has to pay to get their ad on the site and recover his earlier investment, plus hopefully make a couple dollars. So it basically costs money for him or her to post their week for rent on these sites. And sometimes I've looked at, like, if you wanted to rent let's say you owned a timeshare and you wanted to rent it at sellatimeshare.com, it's $500 to post it, and that's no guarantee that anyone's going to buy it, but it's $500 just to post it. Now, number 4, VRBO also has to pay for advertising exposure, and online advertising is very expensive, believe it or not. So they roll that cost into the cost of their rates to the owner of the villa, and prices by necessity keep getting jacked up. So our club beats that rental system in 2 ways, and this is super important. And this was key to prove my faith that the membership was real. Is we have a member-to-member section, and this is pretty cool. It's where members who are also Renaissance members, and it's funny, close to 20 to 30% of Renaissance members have already purchased timeshare memberships in the past, or timeshare units in the past. And what they can do is they can actually place their timeshare weeks inside our club without having to pay the $500 to $1,000 listing fee that other sites charge. Plus, with our eager database of hungry travelers, the owners know that our club pricing of just $398 to $799 for a week is as close to a sure sale of the week as possible. These weeks get picked up quickly by our members. Now, a lot of people paid these $18,000 timeshares in cash. They just paid it cash, and so now they just pay the maintenance fees, and maybe they have 2 or 3 weeks, and the maintenance fees are $800 a year, or maybe they're $700 a year, and so they can rent 2 of those weeks through our member-to-member for $799. They don't have to charge more because our membership doesn't require them to pay to list it, and they can actually make money with their timeshare unit. It's interesting. So that's one way that we beat the rental system through our Renaissance. Now, there's a second way, and it's that our membership taps into something called the live feed of timeshare owners who place their weeks inside a large timeshare owner network. Now, we have the rights, and this is the best part, we have the rights to the same inventory the timeshare owners do, but without having to pay the $18,000 plus and the maintenance fees to access it. This is the live feed, and it is absolutely golden. But there's even more. So what about beating Expedia and Travelocity by up to 90%? And they say they give the lowest possible price guarantee. So it's almost like I'll get from members who join and then they take the vacations and they say, how is it even legal for Expedia and Travelocity to say it's the lowest possible price guarantee? Well, here's the short story. Number 1, Travelocity and Expedia are basically a paid classified advertising platform for resorts. Whoever pays the most gets the highest rankings when someone searches a location. It's basically a glorified classified ad. Number 2, when we watch TV, and this is the big one, have you ever noticed those traveling gnome commercials for Travelocity? Well, just a 30-second commercial during the first round of the NCAA men's basketball tournament this last year cost Travelocity over $100,000 per 30 seconds. Now, the NFL games and other primetime events are even more. That was just for the first round. As the rounds get bigger, the Sweet 16, the Final Four, that 100,000 per commercial jacks up. And these are just 30-second increments. Now, number 3, the individual resorts. Let's just say a resort in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. Well, they don't have the money to purchase an individual $100,000 commercial slot. It just doesn't make sense for them. The market's too broad, they're going to miss, and they're just going to waste money. So instead, they fork over massive 6-figure annual budgets to Travelocity and Expedia, and that helps pay for the commercials. So with thousands of resorts individually paying Travelocity 6 figures each, Travelocity can afford to advertise during the prime time to send traffic to the site, where, you guessed it, the resorts that again paid the most get to be featured first. So it's kind of just a price escalation game. And the resorts have to promise Expedia and Travelocity that they will not publish lower rates anywhere to the public. So Expedia and Travelocity can have the lowest rates guaranteed feature. Now, Orbitz and some of these other sites also have best price guarantee, but if these resorts pay money to be on Orbitz, they can't be on Expedia at anything lower or anything higher. They have to be at the same price. It's not a racket, it's just the way it is. But, however, here's how it all works. Renaissance is a private membership, and it's not open to the public. Therefore, we deal directly with individual resorts who can advertise their resorts inside our membership to a small army over 20,000 Renaissance members who love to travel but do not love to pay retail. So this is the most premium, perfect, they call it avatar buyer in marketing language, but it's 20,000 plus rabid discount vacation, affordable, loving vacation travelers, okay? And what we say is these resorts can deal directly into our membership, and here's the thing, we don't make them pay. So, number one, ironically, the resorts almost make as much profit placing their condos in our club for 50 to 90% off because we don't charge them to share their offerings in the side of the club. And that's because we say if you're going to offer in here, it has to be between $398 and $799, whereas they often have to risk big upfront money just to have an ad on Expedia. So, hopefully I'm being as clear as I can possibly be. The resorts are risking money when they advertise with Expedia, but with us, it doesn't cost them anything. And even though instead of making $2,000 on the sale, they make $650, they didn't risk any money, and they're getting to a much more likely buyer because our members travel a lot and we're used to it. We know the game and we know how to play it. And so the resorts make just about the same. So number two, instead of risking their money with no promise to make it back, we have contracts with thousands of resorts who, for instance, give our membership 10 condo units per month at member pricing, currently $398 to $799 for a week. And the resorts love our club because we are a bunch of people who love to travel. And we can do it more than the public because we often pay 50 to 90% off. So what happens is ultimately we kind of spread the love around more than the person who just takes one vacation a year because we pay so much less. We end up finding ourselves going on vacation more often. So that is the super short story of how this amazing pricing is created and enjoyed by our private membership. So let's get to the good stuff. What's the initiation fee to become a member of Renaissance? As we showed in this video with the Grand Lux Villa with my wife and I are staying at for $500 for the week. That's what we started this video off a few minutes ago. The owner was selling his 4-week per year access to that exact unit for $78,000 plus $1,500 each time you used it. And we are staying there for 66% less than the owner who paid upwards of $78,000 for access. But our initiation fee is not $78,000 plus $1,500 per usage. Remember how I showed the Sherpa report showed that the Renaissance clubs, or the residence clubs, started around $50,000 like a country club and had a $5,000 per year fee to maintain membership. Well, our initiation fee is not $50,000 and we have no forced annual fees. We only have an a la carte pay when you use it weeks that currently range from $398 to $799 for the week. Now, remember a few moments ago in this video, the premium 4th of July seaside 2-bedroom villa that was for sale for $26,000 plus $918 in annual fees, and that was just for 1 week. But as I showed with your Renaissance membership, you can stay there for $799 for the week, again, paying less than the cost of the owner. It almost seems insane, but again, no. Our initiation fee is not $26,000 with a forced $918 per year in annual fees. And remember, that pricing was just for 1 week. Okay, so here's the details of how you get started. And this is pretty exciting. So our premium Onyx level, this is our highest level. It's our most prestigious one. It is ideal for the retiree or near retiree. This is definitely not for everyone. Or for the internet marketer like myself or business owner who isn't required to be local to keep watch over the shop. The Onyx level offers 20 premium weeks per year. So the last illustration I showed with the seaside condo, $26K and then $918 per year. That was for 1 week a year. Are you kidding me? The Onyx is up to 20 weeks and you pay as you go. So the weeks do not roll over into the next year, just a little disclaimer. But every 12 months, starting from the date of purchase, the full 20 weeks are kind of recharged and available to use. Each week is in the range of $399 to $799 per use, and the initiation fee is less than the average $18,000 single week of timeshare ownership. So our highest level, the Onyx level, has a one-time initiation fee of $11,995. And when we were just last in the Riviera Maya, we were offered $12,900 trade if we were to purchase with the Mayan Properties, because they looked at our membership, they priced it at $12,900, so they took that off the purchase price, and but we were already at that resort, so it was like, come on, get real. Now that's our highest level product. The next level of membership offers 10 weeks per year. Again, at a la carte, only pay when you use it pricing of $398 to $799 per week. This is called the Pearl level, and it's perfect for travelers who have a little more freedom to roam than the average person. Again, you get to use up to 10 weeks per year. The Pearl level has a one-time initiation of $7,995, which again is almost, not quite 3 times cheaper than the average single week of timeshare ownership, which has all the incumbent maintenance fees, burdens, limitations, and we have it for just up to 10 weeks for $7,995. It's intense. But our most popular level is our starter level, the Platinum, and it's famous. This is what I personally started out when I bought it. It offers 5 weeks of usage per year, so it's definitely big enough to allow for the ambitious year of traveling for almost any family. Like maybe take one bro skiing trip to Canada or Colorado, that can beat up 1 week. Then one girls only trip to Vegas, that can eat up another week. Then maybe one couples trip to the beach where you grab another, couple of friends that you're with. And then maybe one big family trip to Disney or something, or any combo that fits your desires. But the Platinum also has the lowest initiation fee of only $4,995. And then the a la carte pricing, each time you use a week, it's between $398 to $798 or $799 per week. And again, as we showed just on this trip that I'm just booking with the Grand Lux, we saved $3,000 just on that single trip. It's fantastic. And if you don't have the full $4,995 of space on a single credit card, some people split it up on 2 cards if that's easier. So just contact our client concierge by phone at this phone number, and they'll teach you how to, or they'll show you how to set it up with a couple different cards if that's easier for you. Or even better yet, and this, we're pretty excited about this, to make it as easy and fast as possible for you to experience your dream vacations, we created the Go Renaissance Now Split It Up program. So instead of paying the full initiation fee all at once, you can simply activate your membership with $995 activation fee and then split it up with monthly installments of $250 for 20 months. Now, by comparison, we were recently at the Grand Mayan outside Cancun at the Riviera Maya in Mexico, and our Renaissance with our Renaissance membership, we paid $625 for the week. This is where they, well, here I share it right here. And we did a timeshare presentation. Yeah, I know, but they offered the free tickets and 10% off all our food and drink bill, and I kind of like to take it to kind of just see the value that I have with my Renaissance membership. So we did the timeshare presentation, and they offered us a 2-week per year timeshare unit for $26,000 plus $890 per year in usage fees. Or they gave us the option to pay $6,500 down and $414 a month for 47 months. And again, we were already there and we paid less than the owners of the villas did. So an activation of $995 and $250 for 20 months is literally the greatest offer we could possibly come up with. Now, you end up paying a little more if you use the split up option. So total it's $5,995 instead of $4,995 if you play it in full. But here's the cool thing. And we added this because we wanted to take away all the risk and all the fear. The cool thing is you can actually activate your membership for $995 and start using it right away. So if you were a member, just as I was, and I booked that Grand Lux for $500, and the cheapest we could find online was $3,500 for the same unit, and it was $79,000 to own. As a member at $995, you can have immediate access to that and save $3,000 on your very first vacation. I've had some people save up to $4,000 on a single vacation. So you can activate it and start using it right away. And in some cases, save $3,000 or more on just your first trip while you're completing your installment plans in the following months. Now, please note, it takes 3 business days to activate your membership upon purchase. Again, just a disclaimer. Now, another cool thing about the Split It Up program, and this is pretty cool, is you are not contractually obligated to complete your payments. So let me explain this. So if something unfortunate, like some unfortunate circumstances pop up, you can actually stop your $250 payment. So unlike if I did the timeshare situation where it was $6,500 down and $414 for 47 months or whatever, if something came up, 20 months into it, I'm still I have to pay that. It goes on my credit, all this stuff. So although if something does just kind of unfortunate happen, and although you will lose access to your membership, we do give a 21-day grace period to get caught up if need be. But you will not be burdened with a contractual future payments. It's not going to affect your credit or anything. So it's our kind of way of giving you an insurance policy if something unfortunate comes up. So we really did everything we could with the Split It Up program to get you on your dream vacations as fast as possible. Now, but as I shared with you at the start of this video, this membership has been the single greatest investment I've made for our family ever. And you're going to love it. You're going to get your leather Renaissance lifestyle passport shipped to you within 7 days of activating your membership, and you're going to absolutely love it. So I encourage you to join today and start mapping out your legacy of travel memories now. Your spouse and your friends and your kids will all thank you for investing in a lifetime of great and exciting trips. And with our amazing savings and private pricing, you may find yourself on more adventures than you ever imagined. I remember when I joined and I purchased mine, I actually, the kids were super young. I actually kind of bought it just with the belief that I would be able to afford to use it later. But I bought it because I was committed to having an adventurous, fun family. And I saw myself taking the kids to Disney. I saw myself taken to the jungles of Hawaii. I saw myself taken to California. And we've been able to do all those things. And the kids and my wife and my friends, when I do these trips, it's been able to be a blessing to so many people. So many adventures await you, and your lifestyle passport journal can record them all. So click the join button now and select your plan, and let's get you on your first vacation fast. Welcome to Renaissance.